Well, thankfully the rain kept away today. In fact, it's just starting now. It's 20 to 7, and it was due at 4 o'clock at the bandstand. And yeah, the Unite the Union did a cracking show today for us, and there was a good audience of about 325-ish. Met some interesting people and sold some programmes, which are out now, £2 a copy for the Drovers Day. Sold a book, and they're going like hotcakes out of the shops in Wetherby. For sale in Touchwood and in Castlegate Stationers and Reading Roots, the bookshop. The programme's available at Young's, the newsagents next to Wetherby Whaler, and also in Touchwood, £2. Things are really ramping up. It's getting really exciting now. What journey it's been. November it started, and when Kazia and Martin Doxey from the Lions came to me and said, let's have a competition of some kind. Kite just gone over then. Something for Wetherby to do with the brass band music competition wise. So that was the start of a journey that's, well, steep learning curve, and I'm sure there's a lot of learning to do yet. Went over to the Whit Friday Marches, enjoyed that, picked up one or two things, including this idea of the programme, and met Gordon Edison today. Gordon's going to be our adjudicator, and so we were talking about one or two things. His luxury tent he's going to have. No motorhome, no aircon, but there's a gazebo filled in on 3 sides. He wants the back open, so the public will actually see him doing the business, and he won't fall asleep. Well, if he does they'll wake him up. Yeah, I'll get him a fridge in there and some beers maybe, and get him a comfy chair. So talked a bit about that, talked a bit about the scoring. Oh, complete cock up by me on the draw numbers. I thought I'd randomise the draw numbers, so the bands had numbers irrespective of the number on which they were setting off in. God, no, you don't do that. No, I want them numbering in the number in which they appear on the bandstand. So I'm going to be emailing the bands again and just reacquainting them with the correct methods, not the Rob Gray methods. So that's a little learning thing. Oh, some great news from Geneva Instruments. They're keen to support us going forwards, and they're supplying a couple of prizes for the junior section. That's the kite you can hear. It's just in a tree over there. Yeah, Geneva. They'll be along on the day. Not sure if they're going to bring any instruments, but they're bringing some prizes, which is fantastic. Robin Stride's accountants agency, they're supplying a prize for the best 3rd section and lower. So there'll be a shield for that. Another little thing going on, I won't tell you about that just yet. But the other thing was on the prizes that we're going to try and do obviously all the prizes on the night, and spend some time just checking and double checking. And Gary Hallis is going to be in the deep of it there, along with myself, and we'll just try and do it as swiftly as we can. While that's going on, Craig will be conducting the mass band. They're performing for the first time a new piece of music. New piece of music by Lee Morris of Reg Vardy Band, and he's sending that down, and that'll be played. It's going to be sent out to all the bands that are competing, and hopefully we'll get a bit of time to have a look at that, and that'll be played for the first time. It's called the Drovers March. Delighted with that, delighted. And they're going to play another piece by David Lancaster called, I think it's called Down by the Riverside, or By the Riverside. It was written a few years ago for Wetherby Silver Band, and there'll be a hymn. Is it called How Great Thou Art? And of course finish with the national anthem, The King. So that'd be a great finale, and then the prize announcement. Yeah, I could tell you about how the days organise the scheduling and one thing and another, but that's made clear in the programme. One thing people do ask occasionally: what about the car parking? Is there plenty of free car parking? Well, there is free car parking at the Ings, which, if you're not familiar where that is, if you're coming into Wetherby from the Leeds end, you pass the police station on your right, and then there's a turning into a housing estate that's a slight rise uphill, Micklegate. Past that, there's a little tall wall on the left, and before you get to the river bridge, turn left just after that tall wall and just before the bridge, and that takes you down Lodge Lane, and at the end of there's some wide open fields. That'll be a stewarded area, and that'll be available any time in the morning. I do need to speak to the parkrun people, try and ensure that parkrun on that Saturday morning can still happen. I suspect it will. There'll be few people arriving to use that car park at 9 o'clock till past. So we'll manage that. The main wilderness car park will be used by the performers, and they're getting in to that area by their car parking passes. A few bands have said we'll bring a coach, and that's brilliant, that's absolutely fine. And I've told those bands where that coach drop-off point is, at the cluster of Nuts car park, and then where the drivers can sit out the day or park up and wander into town, but park the coaches up. I think that's it for the time being, but it's all getting very exciting with 2 weeks to go. Really looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. And I hope you can bring the family and get a little cash in your pocket for the Wetherby shops and pubs and cafes, and it's going to be great. Bands are playing around the town hall. But lots of activity. Just want some nice weather. That rain stopped actually, but yeah, we're lucky today with the weather. Great performance. Next week, I think it's Stannington next week, so it's all looking very good. Okay, bye for now.